Quinn Hughes or Evan Bouchard? Who's better? The obvious answer is yes. In fact, Quinn Hughes is the better defenseman. He's faster, way more agile, he's definitely better defensively, and I'd give him the edge in playmaking, although it is pretty close. And if I were to start a team and had the choice to pick either Evan Bouchard or Quinn Hughes, I'm taking Quinn Hughes every time. But then I think about what a player can do and has done in the playoffs. And Evan Bouchard significantly outplayed this year's best defenseman in their head-to-head series. So, does that make him the better defenseman? In this year's playoffs, Quinn Hughes recorded just 10 points in 13 games played, and didn't even register a single goal. In the other corner, Evan Bouchard, who just this postseason set a new NHL record for most assists by a defenseman in a single playoff run, with 26. So who's better? It's an interesting question. Do you take the better player or the player who's proven to show up when it matters most? This exact same argument is used to the likes of Connor McDavid. Yes, without a doubt, he is the best hockey player in the world, and time again has shown he can play in the big moments. But a good chunk of the hockey community would rather have Sidney Crosby out there instead of McDavid, because although he's not the best player, he's risen to the occasion more than anyone. But back to Hughes and Bouchard. In their head-to-head series this year in the second round, Quinn Hughes registered just 3 assists in 7 games played. But interestingly enough, the lesser defenseman Evan Bouchard recorded 4 goals, 7 assists, good enough for 11 points in the same amount of games. So would that make him better? As we've seen in recent years, unfortunately nowadays, the best defenseman is usually the defenseman who's recorded the most points. And by using that logic, wouldn't that mean Evan Bouchard is the best defenseman? Now I know the sample size was way smaller than the regular season, but I mean he did just significantly outplay the best defenseman in the league this season, and it wasn't even close. And I do think, just want to throw this out there, I do think there should be a defensive defenseman award. It's long overdue. That's all a defenseman is. If you rack up the most points, there's a good chance that you're going to win the Norris Trophy, unless you're Tyson Barrie.
Hey Tyson? Yeah, I've traded you to Nashville.
Okay.
But the point I'm trying to get at with this video is I really think that people should put a lot more stock on what a player can do in the playoffs. When the lights are shining the brightest, not all superstars will. And that's kind of what I'm getting at with Quinn Hughes. But he's not alone. Look at Elias Pettersson in this year's playoffs. He was invisible. You've got Mitch Marner. You've got Austin Matthews. The list goes on and on. I just think it's so funny because there are so many loopholes in defining who the best player is. Because no, I really don't think Bouchard is better than Hughes. Even if Bouchard breaks out with a 90-point season next season and has more points than Quinn Hughes, I still don't think he's the better defenseman. However, if Bouchard does continue to show up in the playoffs and Hughes doesn't, I might have some time for this conversation. Because at the end of the day, playoffs are when it matters most. So it's an interesting discussion. I always love questioning these kind of, these theories and whatnot. Is points all that makes a player the best player in the world? Obviously, is it cups? What is it? The underlying numbers? Is it just the eye test? There's so many things that go out to defining who is the better player. So I know some Canucks fans are out there, oh no, it's a small sample size, and they're going to be like, oh, when Quinn Hughes was injured all playoffs, that's why he did that. So, that's fair. Quinn Hughes was pretty banged up, but I just think it's interesting. Like, how much stock would you guys put in to what a player can do in the playoffs as opposed to what they can do in the regular season? Because time and time again, like I say, that's why I don't buy into Austin Matthews is better than Connor McDavid. I don't buy into Austin Matthews is better than Leon Draisaitl. He has yet to do anything in the postseason of significance. Getting past the first round just once in his career, barely showing up. Statistically speaking, he's got no points to show for it. Same with Mitch Marner. He's getting run out of town, but you look at those players and what they can do in the regular season. It takes a special player, the Nikita Kucherovs of the world. You look what Malkin has done. He's got a great track record. Sidney Crosby, Cale Makar, Nathan MacKinnon, Leon Draisaitl, and Connor McDavid. The last 3 players I named there, in McKinnon, Draisaitl, and McDavid, they're actually doing stuff I never thought I'd be able to see. You look at all the greats in the 90s and the 80s and the points per game that they were able to average. It's crazy. I'm just really curious, guys. I wanted to put this out there. How much stock do you put into what a player can do in the postseason? If you're starting a franchise, is that something you'd consider? Should it be considered? And then I guess just at the end of the day, should awards be, I know they're regular season awards, but I just feel like the playoffs is such a different beast, and that really just shows and defines like what a player can be and who they really are. Like, yes, they're a superstar in the regular season, but what are they in the playoffs? Because at the end of the day, that's where it does matter most. So I'm super curious. Like I said, am I taking Evan Bouchard over Quinn Hughes if I were to start in a franchise? Probably not. I'm probably not doing that. Again, maybe ask me in 2 seasons. We'll see what Evan Bouchard's able to do. But I mean, as far as from the eye test, Evan Bouchard, he's getting more comfortable with the puck, but he's no Quinn Hughes, man. Quinn Hughes is extremely noticeable. He can make something out of nothing. And Evan Bouchard, he's a really good like QB. Like, he's kind of, that's what he is. He can set the play, and he's really good. Obviously, he's got a blistering shot that's quite a bit better than Quinn Hughes, I'd like to imagine. So there's that. But I mean, Quinn Hughes is like the second best defenseman in the world, only to this guy right here. So that's my opinion. But I just had to make this video. I always love questioning, these kind of things. And I'm always questioning, this guy did this. Like, by using my knowledge, Mike Green, he got 30 goals. Quinn Hughes doesn't have 30 goals. Does that mean Mike Green is a better defenseman? No, absolutely not. So it's just interesting what players have done and the points that they put up. But even, is it a fluke year? Like, there's so many things that go on to this. So I'm just, I like questioning this kind of stuff. But I'm curious, guys. Drop a comment down below. Who would you have? I'm just curious how many people will say Bouchard over Quinn Hughes. And there's no wrong answer, well, I don't know. It depends who you ask. But I've got my opinion. Everyone's got opinions. That's what I'm getting at. So drop a comment down below. What do you guys think? And yeah, I kind of want to do more videos like this. Kind of want to do like a would you rather. Like, who would you rather have to start a franchise, or who would you rather have on your team? This player or this player? Or maybe I'll spin the wheel and see how that goes. That's something I've been thinking about for a bit here. But thanks for everything, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to Above Average, thanks for clicking on this video. Leave a like. I really would appreciate that. The support does go a long way. I'm on vacation. I'm on holidays right now, so yeah, I'm just enjoying my summer. I'm not going to lie, because hockey season is right around the corner, and it's going to be busy, busy, busy. Lots of content coming your way this season, and I'm really looking forward to what should be a huge year for the channel. I keep saying that, but I've got some really cool ideas, so can't wait for you guys to be there with me along this journey. Thank you for everything. Don't be average when you could be above average. I read every single comment, so drop a comment down below. See you in the next one. Peace!